Misha and I and Murphy want to read you a book called Cork and Fuzz, Finders Keepers by Dory Chaconas. Cork was a short muskrat. He liked to find things. He liked to find soft feathers, smooth sticks, and shiny stones. Fuzz was a tall possum. He liked to keep things. He liked to keep food in his mouth, jokes in his head, and sometimes someone else's things. The two best friends, kind of the same, but different. One day, Cork found a shiny green stone. It was the best stone. He threw it up in the air. He caught it. He threw it in the air again, and then he lost it. "Oh no," he said. He looked in the grass. He looked in the ferns. He looked in the bushes, but he could not find his new green stone. Fuzz came running. "Cork, Cork," Fuzz called. "Hurry, come to my yard. I've found something." "I've lost something," Cork said. "I have lost my best green stone." "How did you lose it?" Fuzz asked. "I was throwing it up in the air," Cork said. "I was catching it. I missed. Now I cannot find it." Fuzz looked down at his feet. He bent over. He picked up a shiny green stone. "Look what I found," Fuzz said. "I found a green stone." "That's the stone I lost," Cork said. "Finders keepers," Fuzz said. "But that's my best stone," Cork said. "Will you give it back to me?" "I will think about it," Fuzz said, "but first come to my yard. Come and see what I have found." "What did you find?" Cork asked. "I found a lump in my yard," Fuzz said. "There are a lot of lumps in your yard," Cork said. "Can I have my stone back?" Fuzz held the stone tighter. "I did not find an old lump," Fuzz said. "I found a new lump." "What does it look like?" Cork asked. "And can I have my stone back, please?" "It's a hidden lump," Fuzz said. "It is hidden under a pile of leaves." "Maybe it is only a lump of leaves," Cork said. "And please, 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 can I have my stone?" Fuzz held the stone behind his back. "It's not only a lump of leaves," Fuzz said. "There's something under the leaves. It makes a strange noise." "Do you think you have found something dangerous?" Cork asked. Fuzz's eyes opened wide. "We will take a big long stick," Fuzz said, "just in case." They found a big long stick. They ran back to Fuzz's yard. "Where is it?" Cork asked. "There," Fuzz whispered. He pointed at a pile of leaves. The pile of leaves wiggled. Something under the leaves said, "Chip, chip, chip." Fuzz lifted the stick over his head. "Should I hit it?" he asked. "No," said Cork. "First we need to see if it's dangerous." "Okay," said Fuzz. "If it's not dangerous, I will keep it. If it is dangerous, you can keep it." Fuzz poked the end of the stick into the pile of leaves. "Chip, chip, chomp." "It chomped the end of the stick," Fuzz yelled. "What do I do now?" "Pull the stick out," Cork said. Fuzz pulled the stick out of the leaves. A small brown thing hung on the end of the stick. It hung on with its teeth. It's a baby something, Fuzz said. It's not a baby, Cork said. It's a chipmouse. Fuzz jiggled the stick. The chipmunk bounced on the end of it. He's cute and bouncy, Fuzz said. I think I will keep him. You cannot keep a chipmouse, Cork said. I found him, Fuzz said. I can keep him for a pet. Finders keepers. Oh, brother, Cork said. The chipmunk dropped to the ground. Chip, 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 he said. He picked up a nut. He stuck it in his cheek. He picked up a berry. He stuck it in his cheek. He picked up a seed pod. He stuck it in his cheek. Chip, chip, chip. I wonder how much he can stuff in his cheeks, Cork said. We can find out, Fuzz said. We will help him. Fuzz handed 2 nuts to the chipmunk. The chipmunk stuffed them into his cheeks. Cork handed him 3 berries to the chipmunk. The chipmunk stuffed them into his cheeks. The chipmunk's cheeks grew fatter and fatter. Wow, Fuzz said. He opened his paw to pick up another nut. The shiny green stone fell to the ground. The chipmunk skipped it up and stuffed it into his cheek. Wait, Fuzz yelled, that's my stone. That is my stone, Cork said. Chip, 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 said the chipmunk. I think he's saying finders keepers, Cork said. The chipmunk disappeared under his lump of leaves with his cheeks full of nuts and berries and the shiny green stone. The chipmunk popped out of the leaves with empty cheeks. He ran back to the nut tree. Now my stone has chipmouse spit on it, Cork said. I want it back anyway, Fuzz said. Cork and Fuzz dug into the lump of leaves. They found nuts and berries and seeds, and they found the shiny green stone. Fuzz grabbed it. Finders keepers, he said. Chip, 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 chip. The chipmunk yelled at them. He jumped up and down. He ran in circles, flicking his tail. I think he's mad at us, Fuzz said. I think we should go home now, Cork said. Fuzz looked back at the chattering chipmunk. He sniffled. I want to keep the chipmouse for a pet, Fuzz said. Now I feel sad. Cork put his arms around his friend's shoulders. Sometimes we cannot keep the things we find, Cork said. Sometimes they belong to someone else. Who does this chipmouse belong to? Fuzz asked. Well, said Cork, I guess he just belongs to himself. Fuzz looked at the green stone in his paw. He gave it to Cork. You are right, Fuzz said. I cannot keep your green stone either. Now I feel sadder. Cork patted Fuzz on the back. You can borrow my stone sometime, he said, and if it will make you feel better, we can see how many nuts we can stuff into our own cheeks. And so they did. 2 best friends, arm in arm, heading for home with fat, fat cheeks. The end. And the dogs are applauding by barking. They won't stop. Love you guys.